time now for Media Watch with Emma James. Hi, Emma. A lot of talk about Brexit again in Strasbourg today. Meanwhile, in the UK, the message remains Brexit means Brexit, apart from nobody knows what Brexit means.
Well, indeed, Theresa May keeps repeating Brexit means Brexit. I think she's hoping that if she says it enough, it will become true. However, there are mixed messages coming out of the United Kingdom, and some of them from very senior politicians. If we take a look at today's Guardian, they've got an article about Ken Clarke, who used to be the Chancellor of the Exchequer or Finance Minister, and he is a respected senior Conservative politician. In it, he told, they got their hands on a leaked email. And in that, he told his constituents who were concerned about what Brexit might mean for them that they shouldn't be worried because the EU referendum is not binding. He also said he's urging pro-European MPs to use every opportunity they have in Parliament to influence what happens next. However, the goalposts do appear to have moved since he sent this email out because he was expecting there to be a vote in Parliament and in the House of Lords in order to trigger Article 50. But Downing Street now says that's just not necessary. So that has changed, and you might think that clears the picture a little more, but no, because if we take a look at The Independent, they're reporting on comments from David Davis, who is the man supposedly in charge of finding a route out of the EU for the UK. What he has had to say is that the Parliament may still be able to scupper a full Brexit, as he puts it. What this means is that basically to undo all the ties to European legislation, there has to be parliamentary agreement for that. For changes in the law, there has to be a vote in the House of Lords. Opposition peers are in the majority, and it is very possible that the government could lose that vote. So all very conflicting and very confusing. Meanwhile, other European leaders are wondering what all this means. And if we take a look at Politiken, which is a Danish publication, they've actually asked cartoonists from every single member state to come up with what they see as the vision of the European Union right now. This one is from Spain's El Mundo, a very proud lion that the artists say was duped into something he didn't want with lies. And you can see there, instead of wearing a crown, he's got a trap on his head. This from the Czech Republic, Stepan Marez, has Angela Merkel putting out fires all across Europe, and of course with the vultures of ISIS and, as he depicts it, Turkey hanging over her shoulder. And this one from the Luxemburger Vort, Florin Balaban is the cartoonist. He has depicted Jean-Claude Juncker, Donald Tusk, and of course Nigel Farage there down below, piddling at their feet, shall we say. He said he wanted to show humiliation. Nobody knows what to do. Should we laugh or should we cry?
Oh dear, whatever happens, I think it's going to take a long time. From Brexit to Breadxit, is that right?
Yes, no one quite knows how to pronounce this one. Breadxit is what I'm going with.
I was trying, but it appears to be impossible if you pronounce it as it's written.
Exactly. It is another British outrage, the outrage du jour, if you like. The Great British Bake Off is an unfeasibly popular British programme, and there's outrage because the BBC has lost the right to show this programme. It'll be on Channel 4 in the future. The two women pictured here are the hosts, Mel and Sue. They've been there for the last 7 series. They've already said they won't make the move to Channel 4, and people are very unhappy and drawing all sorts of parallels with the Brexit scenario, hence the hashtag Breadxit. Admit it, you're all more upset by Brexit than by Brexit, aren't you, says Kate Bevan, a comedian. This one from Patrick Mason. If the BBC is unable to negotiate effectively to keep Bake Off, what hope do we possibly have for Brexit, he says. And one of my favourite headlines on this comes from Stylist magazine. Why Breadxit is the worst thing that has ever happened in the history of television. A slight exaggeration there, I think. The image that you see is Mary Berry. She is the baking guru, one of the judges on the show. And for a final pun on this one, Claire Davis says, it's fine. Nothing will actually happen until Mary Berry triggers Arctic Roll 50 rather than Article 50. I thought that was rather clever.
I think it's time to move on there. Finally, an iconic image of a single figure taking on a crowd of protesters.
Yes, absolutely. This one's come out of Mexico. It's taken a while to gain traction, but now that it has, it really is spreading across the globe. This photograph of a Mexican boy, he's just 12 years old. We don't know his name. Many people feel feel that this is a truly iconic image. He chose to stand alone in front of thousands of people. They were gathered to protest against gay marriage because of the president's proposals to legalise gay marriage across the country. It is legal in certain parts of Mexico, but not throughout. The photograph was taken by Manuel Rodriguez, who thought initially that the boy was just playing, but he spoke to him later, didn't actually find out his name, unfortunately, so he is an anonymous figure. But he discovered there was very much a purpose to this boy's protest. He actually has a gay uncle, and what he said is that I don't like that my uncle is hated for being gay. Now, the crowd was estimated to be around 11,000 people there, so it really did take quite a bit of courage to stand out there alone in the face of all that opposition.
And it has, as you said, gone viral, gone around the world. Thank you very much, Emma. That was it for Media Watch. You're watching live from Paris. We're going to take a quick break, after which I'll be back with the headlines.